Hello, hello, hello. I'm hoping this is working. There's some technical issues going on my end, so I hope that we're here. Let me see. Hello, hey, welcome in. I didn't get the chat thing figured out, so we'll be dealing with that tonight. It's okay though. Alright, so remember how we started streaming again a couple weeks ago because the weather was nice and it wasn't getting too hot in here? Today was not that case. So I've got the fan going, but it's really warm. So I don't know how long we'll be going tonight, but we're here. We're going to at least get something kitted up. I didn't pull any charts to sell today, so y'all don't have to worry about that. Yeah, buffering a lot. Hi, Deborah. Welcome in. Not lurking this time. Hey, Betty, Holly, and Sarah. Welcome in. Thank you all for joining me. Yeah, it's telling me I'm getting quite a bit of dropped frames. So, and I'm not quite sure how to help with that. So we'll just have to kind of see how this goes. Like I said, it's also kind of warm in here. I can see some delay even in my camera, so we'll just have to see how it goes tonight. And hopefully it's better in the morning. I will be streaming again around 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it will just be a stitch and chat. So, yeah, because like I've had the AC running all day and it's still 85 degrees in here. So, it is what it is. Alright, so the first thing we always do on a Thursday night, I know it's Friday night, I had to move it because they moved the football game from Friday to Thursday because we didn't have enough refs for Friday. So that's why I couldn't make it last night. And so we're doing last night's stuff tonight, which is kitting something up. And so I put up a poll yesterday morning on my YouTube community board, and I put up 3 charts for us to kit up tonight, and the one that has the most votes, and I'm talking just barely, is Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. So I'm going to go ahead and flip cameras here. No buffering on your end, Betty? That's awesome. Good. So I'm going to switch to the live scene. Now the chat's not great on the live scene. It kind of goes over all the stitching, but that's okay. It's okay. I'll get that modified at some point. Maybe I'll work on that after stream tonight. Okay, so you can see here, this is Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. It says, Autumn Rules. Go apple picking. Give thanks. Visit the pumpkin patch. Rake leaves. Go on a hayride. And make pumpkin pie. Super cute. I do have the physical chart somewhere, so I just pulled up the scanned in copy that I have on my GoodNotes. It's fine on your end, but the weather needs to chill out. I agree. And it's only getting in the 80s, but apparently it just was enough to keep it warm in here. So, we are going to be charting this, or we're going to be kitting this up. So if anyone has any ideas of what color fabric I should be pulling, please let me know. So here is the colors. It's all DMC that I'll be pulling. And we can decide if we want to stick with DMC or if we want to try pulling some fancy flosses. I left my water in the house. Oy. It's okay. I love this. This is my opinion, right? But I do feel like Primrose Cottage is the new Lizzie Kate. So, say what you want about it. I loved Lizzie Kate's stuff, and I feel like this has the same aesthetic, so, you know, we can enjoy it similarly. Already down in the 40s here at night and only 70s during the day. That's nice. Ours is getting down to the 60s at night, low 80s during the day. We were supposed to have a cold front on Wednesday to where the high was going to be 61. So I bought all the stuff to make chili because I told y'all as soon as it was cold enough. Hey, welcome Scottish Stitcher from Scotland. That's awesome. It's cold in Scotland. Everybody, let's go to Scotland. So it was supposed to be, okay, welcome in, Donna. It was supposed to be cold on Wednesday, so I bought all the stuff to make a pot of chili, and Hurricane Milton must have messed with that because we are not getting a cold front now at all. So, anyway. Here's what we are fixing to kit up. I had everybody vote on this on my YouTube. So if you're coming in from Twitch, there wasn't a vote over there, but you can also follow on YouTube. So, and I'm hoping y'all aren't getting a ton of wind with the fan, but I need it on. So if we have any ideas on what color fabric we should pull, I have both my fabric boxes right here. And I'm going to pull the DMC real quick while y'all are thinking. I know. But I just can't make chili when it's 80 something degrees out. It's not right. So, I'll just hold on to the stuff and hopefully we get a cold front next week. I agree, and hopefully they won't go out of business and sell to 1-2-3 Stitch. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, like Lizzie Kate did. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these colors while y'all send me some suggestions for fabric colors. Okay? I'm going to pull this up just a little bit. We got 471 and 498, 732. Nine. 8, 2, 3. Ouch. Okay, so the only DMC I didn't have in here is 3371, which we all know is a very, very dark brown. And I do have it in my box, I just don't have it in here. Scroll up a little bit. Welcome in, Laurel. Yellow, orange, or gray. Okay. Thought gray too. Always lean neutral. Hey, Enid, welcome in. I do have 733. I'm pretty sure. Do you need me to send you some? Is that what you're asking? I can look and see if I have it in there. A house finch outside. I love listening to them. Heard chickadees recently too. Are they loving the weather? And lilac needs a butt ton of it. All right. Okay, so let me pull. So these are the colors. Hey Suki, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay, so these are the colors, and we may swap some of them out for fancy flosses, I don't know, but this will get us started. We need to look at fabric. I'm glad it's cooled down some there. It's heated back up down here. Very nice. I was just thinking, if you're pulling threads, my mom has some. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I don't actually have any in stock for the shop, but I could send you a bobbin if you need me to. Because I know you bobbin like I bobbin, so. I'm going to set these off to the side for a second. We are kitting up Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. And I'm about to pull out my fabrics. Alright. And just for the fun of it, I thought I would show you my box of fabrics. It's a little messy right now from the last time we kitted up. I didn't get it reorganized. So let me just stick a few things back in here, even though they're not in the right spot. Here we go. This is one of the two boxes, but this one has like my tans, yellows, and golds, my grays. What else did we say? Had to close your window, nosy neighbors. Probably need the microphone over here. Hours ago, a guy came across the street, yawned so loudly I heard him inside my house with the window open. I can hear somebody with like the speakers in their truck outside. It's doing the rattly thing. Finally, one I vote for wins. Yep. Autumn Rules. Anything in here looking appealing, I can grab the other box. This is Autumn Sunrise. It's really pretty. We got Pumpkin Pie. It's slightly orange, but only slightly. We got here. Iris has a lot of pink and blue in it. I don't think that's going to work for us. Thank you. This is just one of the two boxes. I have another box. We've got Lightly Salted. This is a tan color. This should actually be over here. What is this? Got Golden Sun. Get Gamboge. I think this is also supposed to be like a golden orange. Autumn Sunrise. I also need to look and make sure any of these are going to be big enough. I'm going to set that box down for a minute. If y'all see any others, shout them out. Pumpkin pie. We are 67 by 269. That's really big. These are 32. 32. Nine by 21. Yeah, we should be fine. Because these are what? Oh, my brain stopped working. Fat quarters. So that's what, 18 by 27? I forget. I have a tape measure somewhere. Say hi to Alice. Don't know where I put it. Oh, fell down. Okay. Pumpkin pie. We like pumpkin pie. I'm gonna open it up. We'll put the flosses on it. There we go. Alright. I am dropping frames tonight, so it may be a little bit of both. What do we think? Is it orange? Is it too orange for this color palette? Bring y'all in a little bit. Hey Jessie, welcome in. How do we feel about this color palette on pumpkin pie? Yeah, this piece is 18 by 34, so it'll be fine. Do we feel like this is good or too orange? I could pull out Autumn Sunrise too. Orange that pops on dark fabric. Loving it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely doesn't like blend or anything. It stands out against it. It's just when you look at the pattern and it's more subtle and this is so vibrant, you start to go, okay. It's gassed carrot. What? Yes. Huh?
say, did you end up getting that chicken pasta thing?
Yeah, it's in the top drawer of the freezer. You know, when you open it and then you pull that extra drawer, kind of in the back. Can you bring me my bottle of water? I left it by the TV. Thank you. I would imagine there's probably a gassed pumpkin somewhere. Bit too orange. Want to see what the sunrise looks like? Okay. We can do that. So this one's a little yellow with some darker modeling in it. I don't know how big this piece is. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. That was Stinker. Love you too. All right, do we feel like this one? Yes, we're kitting up Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. Yeah, there's got to be something going on with my internet. Or maybe the computer needs a reboot. I don't know. Okay. So this is Autumn Sunrise. Sunrise? Sunset? Autumn Sunrise. What do we think of it? You want to see it on the orange one, or did you see that? So this is Autumn Sunrise. Yeah. This is Autumn Sunrise. This is Pumpkin Pie. I can pull other options if we feel like neither one of these is good. Hey Sandy, welcome in. I am doing good today. It's a little warm. I will admit it's a little warm, so we're probably going to be pretty quick tonight. Probably won't be on here super long time. But, yeah. We are kitting up Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. I really like this pattern. Kind of reminds me of my Christmas rules, and I think they have a Christmas rules, but I did the one from Lizzie Kate. So these are the two colors we're looking at the moment. I could pull something more subtle. We got just a tan, or what was the other one I was thinking of? The Lightly Salted from Be Stitch Me. Should we add that one in the mix? Go. I think that would be, no, that's too gold. What do we like better? Autumn Sunrise, Pumpkin Pie, Lightly Salted. Should I pull out the sticky notes and put names on them? What do we like? I need names. I'm sorry. There's too much of a delay for me to trust. Should I put the rules back up here? What do we think? What do we like? Let me move the colors over. Now that 739 is a little bit close on this one, but it's not too much. So it's not behind chat. Think you like sunrise? This is sunrise. Move some of the orange out of the way. I'm gonna start pulling some of the floss. I think some of the delay also has to do with some of the dropped frames. So unfortunately, we just have to kind of work with what we got. See. Welcome back, Enid. Got sunrise. Got lightly salted over here. We've got pumpkin pie up here. Lightly salted for Enid, sunrise. Let me keep putting my arm in the way. If we have anybody joining us on Twitch, then you're going to get an ad in about 3 minutes. Light thread is too pale. It is pretty pale. Sunrise, sunrise. $7.39 showing up on, yeah, on the lightly salted. That could be an issue. Now, from what I'm noticing on the pattern though, the only time we use 739 is inside of something. It's inside a pumpkin. It's inside wheels on a wheelbarrow, I think. Let me go look. on my page scanned and upside down. Take a grayscale photo. You can see if there's enough okay. Contrast. Let me move this for a second. Would that be the monotone? Does that help? I mean, those are pretty close. So just for comparison, you see the tone difference between these two in this picture and the lack of difference between these two. That's what Jesse's referring to. So these are going to be, this is probably going to be kind of hard to see on the lightly salted. Whereas on the, you can see, especially if you zoom out, how much brighter that is than that for the sunrise. Okay. And so also for reference, 739 is the word apple, which is completely engulfed by the green. It is on the belly of the squirrel, which you can hardly even see in this picture. And it is a pumpkin down at the very bottom. That pumpkin. So if we do prefer the lightly salted, it's not going to be as big of a deal, the 739. Welcome back. Anybody on Twitch that was in the ad break? Anybody new that's joined us, we are having some small technical difficulties today. Some drop frames, some lag when it comes to the chat, so please be patient with me. We are kitting up Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It looks like this. We're trying to choose fabric at the moment. So currently we have Sunrise, Lightly Salted, and Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to start getting my flosses together while we decide. And I see several leaning towards sunrise, with a couple thinking about maybe lightly salted. While we're at it, we always like to have a fun conversation in here about the weather. Our weather is very warm. It's 85 degrees right now. I'm ready for autumn to bring us some cooler weather. Now, granted, 85 is cooler than 110, so I'll take it. I do have to wear my hoodie in the mornings at work. Hi. Well, lightly salted is too light. Still like the sunrise.
Cold for you.
I'm burning up. That's what I was.
Switch your faces.
I was like, I've had the AC on all day. It's 85 degrees in here. I'm really thinking about trading that one out for the one in my room. You want? You can move that.
It's not on.
It is. But you just can't see it because the chat's in the way. Here we go. Oh shoot.
Stay down here.
If you want, you can move that box closer down. We're kitting up a project. Huh?
What project?
It's called Autumn Rules. Careful with my phone right there.
Okay.
So we're picking fabric. Everybody's saying sunrise, I think.
This one?
This one right here.
Oh. Yeah, that one.
This one's a little too light because, like, yes, my husband doesn't care. Sees me using it all the time, and he's like, eh. Yes. It's folded in half right now. It is going to be big enough for the project. Because on 32 count, where's my phone? So it's chaos in here. On 32 count, it needs to be 21 inches long, and this one's 27, I think. 26 or 27. Which will be good. I still have not watched last night's Big Brother. We still need to do that. I was kind of waiting for Ryan to get home, though, because he's been a little bit invested in these last couple episodes. Which one do I like? Autumn Sunrise has actually always been a favorite of mine. I bought 2 or 3 pieces of it when Jesse and I were in New Jersey in 2019. I do like it. As much as I really like pumpkin pie, but I don't think so much for this specifically. I feel like it's a little too orange. And I felt like lightly salted looked the closest to the picture that they provided. But it's kind of simple. So. I keep getting songs stuck in my head. Who's that from?
I don't know, but it's on this side too. I know what these are. Cheaply. But these are
Right. You need that chart in your life. It's a good one. I did, like I said, I did a Christmas rules one a long time ago. How did I do that? But it was a different designer, but they've got the same, like, font aesthetic, that sort of thing. I was trying to go in number order and I didn't. It's okay. Just need to skip one.
You just put it where it needs to go.
Yeah. So what's everybody stitching on? Even if you're not stitching right now, like, what was the stitch of the day? Oh, somebody redeemed stretch. Hold on. I can't see my chat. Needle Queen. How are y'all doing over in Twitch?
I'm gonna go by Grammarly.
Grammarly?
Yeah. I think it'll be easier if I just have it built.
Gotcha. You always get cussed out when you talk about the weather. Well, you know, you are blessed with very nice weather. A lot of the time, you've had a few days that were hotter than mine. So. Okay. Come on. Right now, who I really want to cuss out is Shannon because, like, she's waking up with frost on her windows and it's 85 degrees here. So, you're off the hook, Laurel. Why is that there? Why did I keep that? Makes no sense. Enid says she's having better weather, that hers is in the 70s instead of the 80s. Because your weather is literally ideal. Yeah, most of the time, like most of the summer, we're all in the hundreds and she's in the high 70s. These colors are blissful. They are everything that I love about fall. In order. Oops. Alright. I haven't watched Big Brother either. I got spoiled on who went. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't yet. I got spoiled on the veto. I know who wins the veto. But I don't know who got voted off yet, so. I watched the Great British Baking Show earlier today, but we'll watch Big Brother later. It's been foggy in the morning and you love it. I would say that. I like fog, except when I'm actually having to drive in the dark to work. I'd rather not have it. I've been hoarding my Autumn Sunrise too. I have it pegged for Autumn Dream by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's so pretty. Yeah. Yeah. I bought 2 or 3 pieces of it. And I'm pretty sure I've already used one. So. Maybe that's something I can do in the morning is show y'all how I fully finished my Cottage Garden birds. I only have 2 of them done, but I went ahead and finished them because it needs some repair. The glue came loose. So maybe we can do that in the morning. I do really like Primrose Cottage stuff. I haven't actually stitched anything yet, but every time they put something out, I'm like, it just looks so good. So. Put that somewhere else because y'all can hear the vibrating. Stitching on Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut. New started it today. Is that the same one Vic started today too? Or no? I always just start with 2, typically about 2 strands on my floss guards, and then add as I need it. So. The Autumn Sunrise discontinued. I'm not sure. I got it from Silkweaver. There's Weigart. Here's what it looks like. It's just one of those things where you don't ever really know, so you try and save the piece until you just find the perfect project. Mill Hill Gingerbread Cottage. Oh, is that what you're working on? Been at my sewing machine almost all day. Yeah, Sarah's been making Halloween costumes, right? Gonna work on Under the Evergreen later. And stitching on Dark Queen of the Sea and Amethyst. Very nice. I had all my daily 100. Y'all know I've got all this crazy stuff going on. So I stitched on US Ladybugs and Family Patchwork. And then I pulled out Epic Pokemon. And I've been working on Epic Pokemon. So. Personal Sunshine on the frame tonight. 1,700 stitches needed for Great British Cross Stitch Baking Show. I'm so behind. I'm keeping up with the daily 100s, but like getting to all the other stitching has just been slow roll. Like, so I haven't done anything except daily 100s on Great British Baking Show, and I'm slowly catching up on Big Brother. So it'll get better though, especially once my monthly, like the Whippagories and stuff like that are out of the way. It'll go much faster. but I'm putting them on a wheel. So I have all my categories, all my focus pieces, my Sal, my Whip Go, and then the latest Great British Baking, or the very first at the top of the checklist for Great British Baking Show and for Big Brother. And they're all on a wheel and I spin it. So whatever comes up. What color was that? 78, 20. It's looking so pretty. Do y'all ever just enjoy a floss card? Just, this looks pretty. It's okay, you've been needing to do a catch up on Personal Sunshine so that you can get it done this year. I'm thinking I might focus on Alice next year and get her done. I would need roughly about 700 stitches a month, I think, or a week. I think I need 700 stitches a week. Hi, Lori. Welcome in. We are kitting up Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. This 919, if that's not the most fall red orange ever. I love it. Yeah, she started it too. Yeah, I thought so. I saw where she was starting it. I was just wondering if I got y'all's pictures confused. Oops, what color was that? 3863. I was trying to go in order, but every once in a while I just grab something randomly. Alice is going to be Steampunk Belle. Awesome. Innovative, different. Kind of nice when they don't go conventional. Extra piece here, we'll just slap that on. And is that all the colors? No. Well, I don't have 3371 right now. I'm going to have to pull it out. Hey, Shannon, welcome in. Warning, I've already made everybody dislike you. we were talking weather, and I was telling them how you had frost on your windshield the other day. Costco recalled frozen chicken cheese flour taquitos. Too bad I ate them all already. Eesh. Hopefully you don't get a tummy. So we've got the floss all kitted up. And for those that just came in, we are kitting up Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage. It says, Autumn Rules. Go apple picking, give thanks, visit the pumpkin patch, rake leaves, go on a hayride, make pumpkin pie. I believe that's where it stops. Yep. So, these are the flosses. I just stuck with the DMC that they charted it with. Didn't get all fancy today. The whole group has decided we should put it on Sunrise from Zweigart, or Autumn Sunrise. So here's how that looks. You want to try looking it up. They give theirs like numbers. I'm not sure what that's about, but Autumn Sunrise. This is a 32 count Lugana. And now it's time to put it in the notions. Paddington Projects. Currently I have 70 kitted projects. 41 in progress. Really? No. Something got put somewhere it's not supposed. No? That's right. Yeah, 41. Huh, okay. And so far this year I have 14 finishes. So we're going to come back up here if it'll behave and say new. Going to bring y'all down. I don't know. I'm going to try. All you can do is try, right? Make your best attempt to get as close as possible. I right now I do 300 a week, but I'm splitting it between 2 projects. So if I don't split it between 2, that's what? I don't know. We'll see. Gotta go back to work 1 more hour. Good luck, Shannon. I'm thinking if I give it a daily 100 and like maybe 500 every Friday, maybe I can manage that. We'll have to see. Okay, new project. This is Rules. Designer. Now I figured out last week why it didn't let me add a designer when we didn't already have Jan Hicks in our list, and that was because the system was locked so that somebody couldn't make edits they didn't mean to make. I unlocked it. It may be locked back now, but Primrose, we'll see, because I need to add Primrose. It's not locked because it's going to let me create by clicking right here, and that adds it. We haven't started it yet. We're not finishing it yet. It is fully kitted up. When I say half kitted, I usually don't have the floss in there, but I'll have the fabric. To kit up means I just have the pattern. So, or I don't know. I think pattern and stash came default and I just didn't erase it. But anyways, this one's fully kitted up. It was, what size was it? Where's my phone? $67 by 269. So the size average is 168. It automatically does that for me. And that is a medium for me. From 100 to 200 is medium. My yearly goal is always 500 on a new start. The fabric is autumn sunrise. My fabric's never in there because I haven't gone through my fabric stash and added it to Notions. So it just gets added as it gets placed with something. So this is a 32 count Lugana from Zweigart. Category, I never know. Dark, light, neutral. Stitching 100 a day sounds easy enough, but I can't always stop at 100. I don't have that problem with my full coverages because I do the blocks. On my other ones, I never stop at just 100. It's like 111, it's 113. It's whatever it was when I ended that thread or section. Yes and no. She was Sabine Wren last year, and that one hurt my brain. Over on Twitch, you're going to see an ad in about a minute and a half. Okay, so this is the fabric right now that we're editing. 32 count Lugana by Zweigart. It is what, yellow brown, yellow orange, yellow purple? I don't know. I'm gonna go yellow brown. I'm not very good at that sort of stuff. Okay, now we're gonna go back. We have the fabric in here. I don't ever add DMC, specialty flosses, beads, any of that. Sometimes I link the PDF to my Google Drive, but there's no need to. These will auto calculate for you most stitches in a day, what's your daily average, how much, what's that one? Stitched on something. These all add when you add stitches to it in the calendar. So, and then it subtracts from my goal, this number of amount of stitches in 2024 will subtract from this, or will subtract from the yearly goal and give me a number here that tells me how much I have left to hit my goal for the year. So we have it added to Notions. So when and if I ever start it, it's in there. Alright. So then I need to back y'all up a little bit. Boop. Put that with that. And I need to get, oh, let's put a little sticky note in here. No, let's just write it right here. Autumn. We're going to put this in here, and it will go into my box of new starts until it's ready to be stitched. Someday I'm going to get to these 70 projects that we already have in here, and we add a new one every week. It's great, isn't it? Oh geez, there's cats fighting outside my door. That was kind of scary. Alright, so this one is still on here like it's supposed to be. I'm going to put that in the fabric box. And I need to put pumpkin pie back on its card. There we go. That's ready to go back in the box. I have some more fabrics. I really need to do that too. All right, let's do a little bit of stitching, shall we? I need to switch this around. We go, there we go. All right. I don't know why my tablet keeps making that noise. Gotta have my pattern keeper out of the way. Not overly worried about it. I got this pattern for free. Pretty sure it's always available. And I'm zoomed in, so it's not like you're gonna get the whole pattern. So I'm just gonna set it over here. Nope, that's very reflective. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. There we go. Alright, so I am working on Pokemon. My goal is 500 stitches. I'm at 165. So we'll see how this goes. I should be able to get to it tonight. Pop this up. And it's a mess. I hope this doesn't give anybody anxiety with all my parked threads. Or my needle bit. Because I am messy stitching the heck out of this one. Alright, and remember, if you decide you want to leave stream early, make a guess on how many stitches I'm going to get done in the next 45 minutes. And whoever gets closest to correct by the end of the night will get a name and a drawing for a prize at the end of the month. Alright. Postcards. What color are we stitching next? Or my blocks? Right here. I missed a stitch. You can't figure out where you're stitching because you accidentally missed a stitch. Alright, 523. I have no clue my stitch count from paper patterns like this. Yeah, I tend to stitch or count as I go. Like when I go to highlight it, I'll put it in a counter app. I know there are people out there that don't highlight. I can't for the life of me remember where I stitched already if I don't. That's just me. This one is in Pattern Keeper. Like I said, it's available. When I got it, it was available for free in the Pokemon Cross Stitch group. They have several, like 6 different generations or whatever. This is Gen 1. Again, they had 6 when I looked last. It's been a minute. And I'll tell you, I pulled out this piece of fabric. Just, plain white fabric, nothing special to it. And I was going to stitch it. It's 28 count. I was going to stitch this 2/1 or 1/1 or something like that. Must have been 2/1. And I started stitching and immediately my brain just went 2/2 because that's what you normally do when you pull out 28 count fabric. And I was like, well, this is just going to be huge. It's just going to... I had enough fabric to do it, but I didn't mean to. It's going to reduce the size quite a bit, but oh well. I was already almost a page in when I figured it out. We're not starting over. So, does anyone else out there watch shows or listen to audiobooks while you stitch? And maybe you're working on a project a lot during a certain show. And later when you pull out that project, you start like recapping the show in your head. Enid, you think you've stitched 182 today? That's not bad. Not bad at all. There was one day when I was at work and I wasn't getting really good service to watch anything. So I pulled up my audiobook and I was listening to my audiobook while I was working on whatever project for a good chunk of the afternoon. And then the next time I pulled out that project, I started because when I read, I picture the stuff in my head. And so those pictures started kind of like flashing into my memory as I was stitching. I can't tell you now, I can't remember which project it was. But I think that's interesting that you get that connection between the two. I was watching One Tree Hill earlier. Hey! Asking for a friend. Welcome in over on Twitch. I restarted from the beginning One Tree Hill. And I was watching a couple episodes earlier while I was working on this, so it immediately came to mind when I started stitching. I'm currently stitching on Epic Pokemon from, I don't know, it was a cross stitch group I got it from. I don't know who the actual designer is. But if you join the group Pokemon Cross Stitch on Facebook, it's in the files. So. That's there. This is here. Gonna start a new thread for one stitch that I missed earlier. For anybody recently joining us, we are experiencing some technical difficulties today. So it looks like some dropped frames. Chat may be really delayed. I apologize. Please bear with me. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. I will be streaming at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Just a stitch and chat. We'll probably be working on my daily 100s. So you get to see a couple different projects. That's not the right color. Parked threads make Jessie excited. It looks so good, doesn't it? I like them because it just, when you're working a block that has a bunch of parked threads, you can just pick them up and go, 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 go. You don't have to pull it out, start the thread, turn it off. I'm guessing 85. I'm going to be way off. Okay, Enid, I got you down. It's hard to say with this. Full coverage can sometimes go really fast or sometimes go really slow. Where's my... There's also the fact that a lot of people are very overconfident in my stitching ability and overshoot it. So, it's kind of like The Price is Right. What am I? Right here? Nope. Oh, that color's already there. I just didn't highlight it. Alright, next color. So what I'm kind of doing, it's hard to see because convoluted, right? But in this area, I'm trying to complete the block. Where? Somewhere over here. And then I'll move down to the block here. But if I'm working on a color that strays into the other areas, I just kind of keep going with it. You do highlighter mark with a pencil? Yeah. I do too. I can't see otherwise. Square 311. Probably have this Pokemon pattern somewhere. I debated it for a long time. Now, I grew up, Pokemon was my whole world. I had the trading card games, I had the Game Boy games, I had the Nintendo 64 like Pokemon picture thingy. It was a big part of my childhood. I remember going to Burger King and getting Happy Meals because they came with those gold cards. Absolutely adored Pokemon growing up. But then I was like, do I really want to stitch this big old piece? Is it really that nostalgic to me? And the short answer is yes. The longer answer is I started to realize that, well, then my kids got into Pokemon, right? Pokemon came back with Pokemon Go, and we were going out and playing it together all the time. And so I thought maybe one of the kids would really enjoy it. But as long as it's going to take me, they're probably going to be out of the house at that point. And if they don't want it, again, it was so nostalgic for me as a kid. And I'm enjoying seeing each of the Pokemon come to life as I stitch them. So it's kind of like catching them. And eventually I'm going to have them all. Well, all of Gen 1. I don't know that I'll do the other generations, but. So, here I am, stitching Pokemon. So my WhipGo board is, every square is someone, is a friend, a family member, is a person. And then I let that person choose from my projects what they want to see progress on. Did you see me totally slip that in the wrong place? So the draws at the end of last month, which were for this month, one of them was Ryan. Hey Heather, welcome in. What happens to you all the time? Sorry, the chat is very delayed, so I have to ask. I was working on this last weekend when I was listening to Butcher and the Blackbird, so now I associate this page with ice cream, and not in a good way. Okay. I do have that book. I need to read it. I just finished Murder Road, thanks to you, Jesse. So that's not typically my type of book, but it was really good. What was I saying? Oh, so anyways, it chose Ryan. And so I asked Ryan to look through all my projects and my Notions, which has pictures of every single, like the cover photos. And he scrolls through it all. He looks at them all. I double checked with him, triple checked. Went through every single one. What does he pick? Angel of the New Dawn. Color me surprised, because I really thought either this one or Star Dragon that has dragons on it, because dragons are cool, man. I really thought my, son was going to pick one of those. Nope. Picked Angel of the New Dawn. Okay. I showed him the progress on it this morning. He was excited. I believe it is. Let me see. Yes. Pokemon Cross Stitchers. And it has a picture, a cover picture of this. So yeah, I showed him the progress today that I got on it. And he was happy. It's okay. Okay, I'm a mess here. What am I doing? Alright, this one is not go here. Is that what you were talking about, Heather? That you associate your shows or your books with your project? These lovely technical difficulties tonight. Ooh. Doesn't look right. Okay. That's not right. Is that pattern Confetti City or not so much? It's kind of a mix. I don't feel like it has the ninja stitches that you get with most full coverages, but it does have like one color will, you can see how it kind of like splashes through here, but I have enough to work with a strand for more than just a couple stitches. But you can see where, like, if this is a block, there are several color changes because you got... But I don't feel like any of them are super unnecessary color changes. So, I don't know. I really like it. Heather says, my guess is 98 in case you have to leave early. All right. Heather. What are you working on, Miss Heather? Parking makes confetti so much less painful. Yes, yes. It really does. In my opinion, that's why I like it so much. Because I can get a bulk of those confetti stitches done before I have to start pulling out bobbin after bobbin. Or floss card, what, you know what I mean. However you decide to store your threads. But like you can see right here, if this were a Haid, I feel like this belly would be 5 different colors of gold. But this is all the same color. You know, that's where I feel like the big difference is. I will say I miss my grid lines that I get with the Magic Guide or Easy Guide, I don't know. One of those two that I use. I do kind of miss that because I feel like it'd make it a little bit easier to keep working with it. If I start to have to count too far, I will just kind of park the thread and come back to it. My lengths are too long for parking. I always end up with a mess, so extreme cross country for me. Well, that works. Mine get a little bit tangled, but, well, see, because like this is kind of a mess right now. On my other projects, I have those plastic floss bobbins that I'll wind it around and then pop them closed. Those help a lot to not get the knot in this. But I also can't work with extremely long threads because I will knot them every time. So, or I'll wear them out. They'll just start getting thin and break. I don't know. I'm too rough with my stitching. How are you doing on the ferry, Laurel? For those of us joining over on Twitch, we have ads in 2 minutes. See, I am kind of working these threads as far as I can. That's not something I typically do on my full coverages, but the photo game on N64, I love that. It was my favorite. Oh my goodness. Having to go redo it over and over again to get a good score. Oh my goodness, yep. I played that game way too much when I was little. Pokemon Snap, right? It's called Snap. My kids would probably look at me if I was crazy. That's crazy. I play Pokemon Go and have a game or two for my Switch that I stink at. Loved Red and Blue and still play Go. I play Go from time to time, not as much as I used to. BDS likes to watch Pokemon every now and again. It's happy memories for me too. It's more of a Zelda fan. I've never actually played Zelda. I don't think. You walk more because of Pokemon Go? Trying to hatch those eggs. There was one Christmas, we were driving up to see my great-grandmother. She lived in Iowa. We live in Texas. Lived in Houston. And my grandmother rented a minivan. And we took out the very back row of the minivan to have a lot of space for, like, the presents and all that. Well, and we had this little, like this big. The screen was this big, but the TV was probably like this, that you could plug into a cigarette lighter. And we would lay in the back of the van, lay without a seatbelt because, and be trying to tune into whatever local station had Pokemon. And of course, when you're driving, we wouldn't be able to even keep it for an entire episode, but we tried really hard. And now you can just hand Baby Does Stuff an iPad with Pokemon on it and you're good to go, but we didn't have that back then. So we were playing our little Game Boys. I had red, blue, yellow, crystal. I was obsessed. My favorite thing to do when we were in Iowa, we went to the mall and went to one of the card shops where you could get the pre-built decks and booster packs, and I loved it. I love Zelda 2. I have Breath of the Wild, and it's my favorite game of all time, even eclipsing Super Mario Bros. From the 80s. I got Echoes of Wisdom, but I'm trying to finish my Witchy Waysal before I get too into it. I actually have a Stitchy friend. Like, she used to get on Zoom with us all the time. Breath of the Wild came out, and we haven't seen her in 2 years. And every time we talk to her, like, we check in with her, and she's like, I'm playing Breath of the Wild. She loves it. Okay. Need a new color. What is it? Bluey. That show was me in a chokehold. Yeah, it's not so much anymore. When my niece lived up here, we watched a lot of Bluey. What's that one with the baby that waddles around? She wanted to watch all the time. Cocomelon, I think. There was another one that she'd have us watch all the time. You can't help it when your kids are watching things on repeat. You get into them. Lexi's was Blue's Clues. We watched so much Blue's Clues. Ryan was Power Rangers. Loved him some Power Rangers. I remember when Tangled came out. So Lexi was a Little Mermaid girl at first. That was her first Disney movie that she just had to watch on repeat. Then came Tangled. And when Tangled first came out, we all sat down and watched it. Me and Casey, Lexi and Ryan, all of us sat down and watched Tangled. And of course, as soon as it ended, Lexi wanted to watch it again. And I was like, okay, I'll put it on for her again. And then I can go get some stuff and she'll be some stuff done while she's wrapped up in it. You know, I sat there and watched it an entire second time back to back with no problem. Just enjoyed the heck out of it. The beginning of Butcher and Blackbird, they're legit. Oh, the warnings? Okay. I wonder if Lexi's read that one yet. She has the actual physical book. She got it. She was doing Book of the Month Club. So I think she has that one. I'm not so good at sitting down and reading an actual book anymore though, so audiobook it is for me. But I think Audible a month or two ago was doing kind of a buy one get one free, and the free one had to be from a selected list, and I think that was one on the list. I think. Heather, does baby boy have anything that he's just really enjoys watching over and over again? Another one Lexi got into, and this one was kind of exciting for me, was it's hard to say, Word World. So like everything in the show is made up of the letters that spell it. It's really cute. Rewatching Lost currently. Only watched it when it originally aired 20 years ago. I'm enjoying it. I kind of want to rewatch that one too, because it's one that I didn't watch like every episode. I was catching it when somebody else was watching it. So I wouldn't mind rewatching Lost. Currently have some Kraft mac and cheese for dinner, but working on Witchy Way. Nice. I told the fam I was not going to cook before the live tonight, so everybody just kind of did their own thing. I had taquitos. I got myself hooked on some of the new shows coming out, y'all. There's some good ones. Brilliant Minds. I'm really enjoying it. It's very interesting. Of course, I had to check out Odyssey, or Dr. Odyssey, because Joshua Jackson, he still looks good. All these years since the Mighty Ducks, and he still looks good. What else? There was another one I started that I've only watched a couple episodes of because it just started. I feel like it's a police one, and I can't think of it right now. Lots of fun new shows coming out. Really? All the way back there? I didn't do that too smart. Would he 5 golds and 1 orange stitch? I'm not sure what you mean, Holly. I'll start on her tomorrow. 389 stitches on top for the weekend. You can do it, Laurel. I believe in you. Holly, a random pink or pale green. So lost. I discovered that block by block or diagonals is what works for me in full coverage best. Yeah, me too most of the time. Trying to finish the top part of the tree on Under the Evergreen. Pokemon Snap and all the hacks to get the random ones to come out. Oh, gotcha. It was so long ago. Corner I'm working on is nothing but confetti. Big blocks coming soon. You'll be glad for the big blocks to relieve you from the confetti, but then after a couple of those, you'll be ready for some confetti too. It's nice to have a mix. Gonna be stitching for about 15 more minutes. If you'd like to make any guesses, I will write them down. I'm not stitching in the right place. Whale. That's no bueno. Does anybody else know how to read a pattern? Because apparently I don't. Everybody's safe to stitch. The frog is at my house. If you're worried he's going to jump through the screen, turn me off now. Alright, let's try this again. See, I need my grid lines. I wouldn't have done that with the grid lines. I probably still would have, but I'm going to say that I wouldn't have. I'm going to try not to get on my soapbox, but Bluey is a show that seems like it was written for adults in the room that kids happen to enjoy. So, like, you get the deeper storyline and they get the cute little characters doing the cute little things. I get it. I do feel like there's a lot of good cartoons that out there that are educational, whether it be in the morals or the actual, like, Blue's Clues was how to figure things out using shapes and colors and, you know, how to draw, it had a lot of good stuff in there. We watched another one that was called Team Umizoomi, and it was all about math skills, how to use a ruler and how to add and divide, and it was really good. I feel like what was it called? There was a we did some Nick Jr. That's where Team Umizoomi was. There was also another channel, Noodle or something like that, that used to have really good shows on it. B&B audio is good. The guy is maybe my new favorite male narrator. Nice. Oh, baby boy is obsessed with dinosaurs, and especially the Blippi Dino episode. Okay. I know there's some cute dino shows out there. Nope, that one's already there. Yep. There's too much adult empathy in Bluey for it not to be. I also love that they don't tell who voices the kids. Five. I'm gonna figure out where I'm at before I end up having to frog again. Okay. Have to watch Lost? I'll do that at some point. What are you watching it on, Holly? kids watched Yo Gabba Gabba when they were little. Watched Yo Gabba Gabba. We did watch Yo Gabba Gabba. Also watching Dr. Odyssey, The Summit. I haven't started The Summit yet. It looks brutal. Watching Sammy try to decipher the conversations from 84 years ago. I'm trying.